mic. Kill his mic. I'm going to tell you what they don't want you to know. The truth is the truth, and the facts are the facts. You can do anything you want as long as you're willing to pay the consequences for it. It's the government. What do you expect? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of Bilbrey Live. I am your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. It's good to be with you. I'm going to be talking to you in this episode about an incident that occurred back in June of 2023, and this is an incident between police and citizens. This is a normal, simple interaction, or it should have been. This is an interaction that happens many times each and every day on all of the roadways all over America. And this is something that should have been a very simple situation. This incident occurred in Henry County, Indiana on Interstate 70. And the backstory here is we have a bus full of citizens that live in Milwaukee. And they had traveled for the weekend from Milwaukee through Indiana into Ohio to a dance competition in Trotwood, which is a suburb of Dayton. And they had enjoyed the weekend. I think they were pretty successful in the dance competition. And on this Sunday, June 11th, they were on their way back to Milwaukee. And they were traveling on Interstate 70 in southern Henry County. They pulled off the interstate to get some fuel, maybe get some food, and get back on the roadway. And there was a mistake that was made. I'm not really sure what occurred, but something happened, and the wrong type of fuel was put into the bus. They're in an old school bus, which has been painted and converted for the purpose of traveling with these dancers all over for competitions and various performances. And so this is something that looks like a team bus, and all of the dancers are teenagers, and there are 4 or so parents or adults with them, a couple people on the bus driving it, and then a car that is actually following the bus. When they get the fuel and they pull back onto the interstate, it doesn't take very long for there to be a problem, and the bus is coming to a stop. So they drive the bus off the roadway. They are clear off on the shoulder of the road. They are not in the middle of traffic. They are not obstructing traffic. They are definitely far off the roadway. They are going westbound on Interstate 70, and they are stuck. They've made a phone call, and they've talked to their road assistants and people back in Milwaukee, and they now have some form of road assistance that's coming to give them aid. And I'm not really sure what that is, but they had already made that phone call. Sometime after the point that they broke down and they made the phone call, a Shirley, Indiana police officer named Roger Humphries noticed the bus was broken down, or appeared to be broken down, on the side of the road. And doing his community policing, he pulls in behind the bus. He makes contact with the drivers and the occupants on the bus, the people that are in the car behind the bus, and he converses with them. They tell him what the story is. It all checks out. It seems normal to him. And he says, okay, you guys are good. He asks if there's anything that he can do to assist them. And they're like, no, we have people coming. And he's like, okay, well, I tell you what, it's kind of a precarious situation. So during my shift, I'll check back on you several times throughout the shift and make sure that you guys are okay. And they say, all right. And he's back on the road doing his work. At some point after that first police interaction, which we do not have video of, At some point after that first police interaction, Officer Humphries hears on his radio a police officer from the Henry County Sheriff's Department call out over the radio that he is going to be checking on a broke down motorist, what we call here in the state of Indiana a 1046. A 1046 is a stranded motorist. Dispatch would refer to it as a motor assist or an assist motorist. And this officer that's on the radio happens to be the elected sheriff of Henry County. Now, the elected sheriff of Henry County is not working on a Sunday at noon. He's off duty. He's actually on his way home, apparently, from church. He is in an unmarked patrol car, his vehicle that he normally is in, and it's equipped with lights and siren, but it is not marked. It's a plainclothes police vehicle. It is a black SUV of some sort. And he is in dress clothing. He's coming back from church. He's not in uniform. So while he is saying that he's going to be checking on this vehicle, he or dispatch, one or the other, has also called for additional Henry County units to start this way to just check to see who gets there first and to see if they can be of assistance or what's going on. Apparently, someone also called in that there was litter around this bus in some way. I don't really know the backstory with the litter, but that's what we hear the sheriff say during the body cam. The Shirley police officer hearing this, he decides to start that way, and he is going to get there and see what he can do and say, hey, I've checked on these people, you know, this is what's going on. Now, at this point, I have to say, and I generally would not say this, but you're going to understand why here in a moment. The occupants of the bus, the citizens on the bus, are all African American. And the Shirley police officer who stopped to check on them, he happens to be an African American himself. I generally would not make that distinction when talking about something like this, but you're going to understand why that matters in a moment. The sheriff and the other Henry County deputies that are also at this scene that we will see, they are all Caucasian. The body cam that we're going to witness, and you're going to see with your own eyes here in just a moment, is the body cam being worn by Officer Roger Humphries. And he starts this when he gets out and is walking up and making contact with what appears to be a man in dress clothing. And he's got a badge and a gun on. He sees an unmarked car, okay? And then you see just a quick interaction. The body camera will go off. The body camera comes back on, and you can now see Officer Humphries from the Shirley Police Department asking two other deputies that are in full uniform who the man is that's on the scene. And they tell him that it is the Henry County Sheriff. And he seems kind of caught off guard by that. And the interaction goes pretty smoothly for a few minutes. And it appears as though the Henry County Sheriff is going to leave. But then something catches his attention, or for some reason he comes back. And it's at that point that this assist motorist turns into a full-fledged investigation, interrogation. And it's there where I want you to determine if you're okay with what occurred or if you're not okay with what occurred. Now, before we do that, I want to tell you that this is a political channel. I'm a political commentator, and I examine politics, government, and the corruption that goes on, and we fight for betterment of government. I do this at the local, state, and federal level. And if you're interested in learning more about all of this, I ask you to check out our channel, The Bastards of Politics, here on YouTube. You can see the link down there below the screen. This program is called Bilbrey Live. There are several other programs on our YouTube channel. You can check those shows out. Those shows are as follows. Our flagship show is The Bastards of Politics. That's live on Thursdays at 8 p.m. We then have a show called Civic Duty, which is hosted by Joshua Kimbrell. We have, of course, my show, Bilbrey Live, which is hosted by myself. We have Rudd's Room, which is hosted by Brandon Rudd. And then we have Guns of the Week, which is hosted by Niles Thornburg, and A Side of Bastards, which is a catch-all for all of us. The Bastards of Politics is a show that airs once a week with 3 hosts. That would be myself, Joshua Kimbrell, and Brandon Rudd. And then everything else is hosted independently. My program, Bilbrey Live, airs 5 nights a week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested in what you see here and you want to learn more, specifically, if you want to learn more about Sheriff Sproles, the gentleman that we're going to see and have a question with here, I ask you to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell, and if you feel like leaving a comment, please leave a comment. We are very interactive here, and I will communicate back with you. And please, above all else, share the show with everyone you know. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to take you to this body cam, and we're going to let you make the call here, okay? I need you to understand this body cam came to me through a source that told me I needed to check into this, because right now, as I'm recording this in the end of July 2023, we are having all kinds of issues with Sheriff Sproles of the Henry County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Sproles is a brand new sheriff. He has been on the Sheriff's Department as of the recording of this, July 2023. He has been the sheriff for 7 months. He's a new sheriff, but he's only been on the department, and he only has 4 years of law enforcement experience total. He is a brand new officer in a position that, honestly, I don't think he's quite fit for, and we're having lots of issues besides what you're going to witness here. If you're interested in checking any of that out, I would encourage you to look back at the Bilbrey Live episodes of the last several weeks and go through those videos and see for yourself what's going on with Sheriff Sproles. Without further delay, I'm going to take you to the body cam footage, and we're going to check out what happens when a rookie sheriff turns a simple assist motorist into a full-blown investigation.
And this is
roadside assistance. Roadside assistance.
This is what I was trying to avoid.
What was all the cash out for?
No, she was in there. He went across the street.
Where you guys coming from? Everyone, first place! Where were you headed to? Milwaukee this time. So are you just riding on? Are you the company of
And who's the gentleman in the black truck?
Carter, that's the sheriff. Sheriff Sproles of our county.
He's the sheriff of which county?
Henry County.
All right, thanks. How many steps you gotta do this?
Road, the bus. It's the regular road.
Did you let our county know that you were out? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
I can't.
I called him.
Our county.
Oh, well, no, I called on
I had our guys coming up here. I didn't know anybody's here. If I knew you was here, or, you know.
Yeah, because I heard you and I marked on our dispatch that I was going to come back, and because I talked with them earlier and addressed the trash. And when I came, I was like, they need to pick the trash up and not throw it out the window.
Did you see him going out the window?
Another officer that drove by said they saw it out the window.
Let our dispatch know next time. That way I don't have to get our guys out here. If you're here, you can handle it. You know what I mean? Anytime you see it, obviously this is not a standard situation, and you have concern about, you know, with this overall set, you got to have concern about human trafficking and stuff like that. It's just different, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, when I saw them,
driving without a CDL. So as soon as we pulled out the lock to get out, it just cut off right there. So we took the old batteries off. We thought it was the batteries. We took the one we never loved, and we bought brand new batteries. And then we ended up getting on the phone with a mechanic, and they said, "No, you got to get the damn out." So that's all we had. How much fuel in there? How much fuel in there? I mean, you just filled up. We just filled up. I put it was already something in there, and then I put $73 more in there. Diesel, and so now I gotta pump all 12 of them gallons out, and all that. So now I gotta go get another one of them cans too, right there. This is 4 hours away. Because I put regular diesel in this one, and I'm like, oh my god, where you going? Huh? Right here. I just came from across the street right now. What's your plan on, like, how are you going to disperse of this fuel? I mean, we can't have fuel out here on the
right. Yeah, I was gonna go get some more of the cans and just put it in the cans and keep it in there.
How big of a tank is this thing?
It holds up to like $100. So I only put 70 in there. When we normally fill it up, it's stopped at 165 gallons. But when we fill it up and we do the diesel, it only takes $100.
So can I make a suggestion here? We get one of our tow trucks out here. We go back to our shop. We pump all this off because we have 55-gallon barrels. We can pump it all off and then do whatever you guys need to do to get it back going again.
Right, but she got her people that roadside assistance that's going to come out and do that.
Okay.
So you guys, I'm going to let you stay with it. We're going to roll out here.
Okay, appreciate it.
You're going to stay with it until they get that.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to pull inside.
You got a bunch of kids on the bus, right? You guys are pretty much a big traffic hazard out here with all these kids. So their shop is actually right down just south of I-70.
It's the next exit.
Once they got there, you'll be able to operate on Sunday and get back to work.
Right, but the only thing about that is with her insurance, it's not going to cost us a lot, and with us doing it like that, it's going to cost hundreds and hundreds, and we don't have that.
I understand.
Especially coming from, and trying to make it back home.
I understand. I'm also thinking about the life.
Well, I'm going to stay here behind them until they get taken care of.
And if me, I can make sure everybody else get off. Get something to eat or something like that. They can sit down.
Take care of it. You guys throw grass on the
well, when I came back, I stayed there and we were going to make them get it up.
No, we did. We made them get it up.
They've already picked it up.
No, we got on them. Oh, I know.
Trotwood, Ohio. It's Trotwood. I grew up there.
Madison.
I grew up in Dayton. Trotwood's a suburb of Dayton.
Are you driving the bus?
No, not North. She's
taking it. She's driving the bus. Are these kids all from the same area?
Yeah, we all from Milwaukee. All of us are from Milwaukee.
Hey guys, I want to ask you a question. She says she's with you the whole time. She says she comes from Michigan, and then when that ain't right, then she said, "Well, I think we're coming from St. Louis." So what's the deal?
No, we're going to St. Louis next month. I put they in the group and they got
I asked very specifically, what competition are you coming from? Right.
She said we're coming from a competition in Michigan. You guys tell me you're coming from a competition in Ohio.
Iowa. She don't. My mama was hit by. My mama was hit.
And she's going to be the CDL driver of 22
Sometimes
people.
she forget a little bit, but that's on record too.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She drives us now.
She's driving a bus. She didn't know where she's coming from.
No, I'm saying she drives.
I don't. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not happy with this situation. We've got 20-some people on a bus. We're not, and I know we can make mistakes, but we're not cognizant enough to put the right fuel in.
Right.
That right there, you're a driver, and I get we can all make mistakes, right. but understand where I'm coming from here. The driver who is in charge of 20-some people driving who doesn't even have a CDL. Okay. All right. Yeah. Not with it enough to put the right fuel in, and I get mistakes. Okay. Yeah, I got another lady with CDL who don't know where we're coming from. I got a problem with this. It concerns me with a bunch of kids, and we don't even know where we're coming. We don't even know what's going on. The adults don't know what's going on.
Well, I
what competition did you just compete in?
Trotwood, Ohio.
Trotwood, Ohio. When was that?
When was that? This was yesterday. I have all. You want to see the video?
I just want to make sure the story. She says she's coming from.
Don't listen to me.
This is a legit company.
Don't listen to me.
This is a legit.
You call my job half the time I'm on route.
I have been teaching.
You're going to drive and you
I drive for a living and don't know. I call my job, they'll tell you the same thing.
Who do you work for? Who are you driving for?
I drive for Wisconsin Central, school bus service.
But you got to understand, my concern, I drive by, there's trash all over the place. Kids throwing trash out all over the place. I get here, you don't know where you're coming from, where you're going. I'm getting all kind of different stories. He's driving without a CDL.
I'm going to drive back. This is what I'm going to go with. I understand it. I understand all your frustration. I promise you.
It's concern. It's not frustration.
Concern and frustration. So this is the bottom line. The progressive on their way to come. I'm going to drive us back once we get this together. He's going to drive my car back home, and we're going back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay. Whose kids are on here?
I got grandkids. I got grandkids. Yeah, I got grandkids and everything. But this is my godson. This is my godson.
And they all know that we are here on the side of the road.
How many different families are involved here with the kids?
I got a niece on this bus, about 2 grandkids, maybe 3 on this bus. I got some kids go to my goddaughter's daycare on this bus, and then the rest of them, they parents on this bus.
Okay, so the kids that go to the Godfather's daycare, I want to talk to their parents. Okay.
Okay.
So call their parents up. I just want to make sure that
I'll call their parents.
I could just call everybody at one time in the group call. Call my dancers.
Okay. I just want to make sure that everybody's supposed to be here. It's all good if they are.
Yeah, I have my dance company since 2017. Okay. We done did Showtime at Apollo. I traveled.
Yeah, twice.
With my kids.
Ready to go back.
So it's not nothing.
Roger, you got your card?
I'm working real hard to do what we're doing. We have follow our bus breaking down.
My son is actually.
Nelly, bye, please.
Hey Nelly, let me talk on
real.
video if you want
Nelly,
to.
I'll
explain it.
He getting on my nerves, for real.
I got a card. This guy was on the bus. You making stuff way worse. Like, that's my niece.
Hold on. Hey, we just waiting for everybody to get on. Wait, David. We just wait for everybody to get on. We out here with the sheriff, the police. They just want to make sure that they know that they kids is on the
Roger, if I use my card, you can hand me my money back.
Okay. What kids' names? The lady here. What kids' names are your kids on the bus? Jalen and Kanira. Find out who else. Hey, sir, down on the bottom of the screen.
No, that's my husband.
Okay.
He's just in the group too.
Okay.
Call everybody and tell them to get on the phone.
Yeah, everybody needs to get on the call. He want to talk to all the parents.
Hold on. Let me go to people.
Sherry got a call. Nelly. They put death in the gas. Is that what it was?
Call the group. How you call everybody?
Hey, Roger.
Yes. They told me I gotta pump it out. Okay. That's all. Oh my God. Hey, everybody else. It's falling everybody right.
Hey, it's the Hendricks County fucking sheriff. The sheriff of Hendricks County. Let me tell you how much of an asshole he is. Now he has everybody, he has the driver call all these kids' parents to verify that these kids belong to somebody. Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me talk. Hey, so we here with the police. They just want to know your daughter's name.
Hendricks County.
They can't let your route.
Henry. That's a Henry County. The sheriff of Henry County. He's making them call all the parents of the kids on the bus to verify this kid belongs to somebody. This is fucking out of hand. This is out of fucking control. I told him. I texted to him. He put LOL okay.
No. Her daughter is Kanira.
Well, he's doing a good job. He don't need my help. He's out here, like I said, he made dude get on the phone and talk to all the parents, all 22 kids on the phone to verify. He's like, well, you gotta be worried about trafficking. These motherfuckers ain't trafficking no kids. He's being an asshole. Three. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're waiting for they call the roadside. They're gonna have the bus towed. I mean, they're gonna come. They're gonna drain the gas and get them started. And so I'm gonna stay here until they get done.
Oh, her daughter on the bus too.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's the good guy right here.
Okay. I just want to make sure everybody on is supposed to be on the phone for what is
So here is that, dude, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not going to act like I am. Here's that. So she's going to
Sherry Mason.
It's going to come with us. I got down on the bus. I'm not sure. I guess what do we do about all the little ones on the bus if they come and say, hey, we can just take the bus?
They would just come and say, hey, we can take the bus. They're not going to be able to take it nowhere if they can't get fixed.
So then
it's insurance. The insurance is going to come and fix the bus.
Okay.
As in take the stuff, supposed to be taking the stuff out, the death out the car. That's
okay.
what she said.
So let me ask you this. I don't know how much it would be. I have no clue. I'll ask. What would you guys think about us in a bare minimum? I don't know what we'll do with other kids if we got to make multiple trips. I've got 4 seats. He's got a couple. Could we tow the bus to the gas station lot? That way you guys aren't on the road with all the kids.
So right here?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Like we can get off the road. I'll ask him how much it'd be, and then we'll help drive you guys over there.
Right, that's the thing.
Having to cross this busy road.
Right.
But we would. Is that something that you guys would be willing to do? That way, you guys are off the roadway. The kids are a little bit safer.
Right.
Does that
I mean, we know how to cross the street with the kids or whatever. My thing is,
I'm not saying you don't.
I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars just to go across the street.
I wouldn't either. So
I'm not going to
find out how much that would be.
Yeah, because he's trying to make a fee or something like that, and I'm not one of the. I'm very intelligent, so I know what's going on and I know everything. I'm like one of them.
So just so you're aware, we didn't call him.
Right.
He was on another call and drove by, asked if we needed something. So believe me, I don't like giving him my money either.
Right.
I'm just thinking of.
I'm not understanding.
So you guys
if we said that we can. We have multiple parents we have multiple parents. We know how to cross the street. We know all that stuff too as well. We know when it's busy, when it's not busy, to cross the street. If we have insurance, we have CDL drivers. We have this. We're on the inside of the line. I understand we're on this route or whatever like that. We have a tow person coming. What is the issue? This is where I'm getting lost at. If we have somebody coming,
right,
and we have everything that y'all are looking for.
So my plan was just so you guys
have a driver
weren't on the side of the road. That was it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. How about this?
But normally it'd be an issue when they're on the outside of the line.
Well,
we're not.
This is as you can see, it's just a busy intersection. You got a lot of kids on the bus.
But we can eliminate the kids because we can move the kids.
It's gonna be $350 to get it to the
I don't have that.
So
can move it over there.
Yeah.
We can wait until our tow people come and we can guide our kids across the street as a group. So we have multiple parents that's old enough and capable of taking the kids across the street.
Can I tell you that I wouldn't pay that either?
Yeah, I would. I'm not going to pay $300 some dollars.
I was thinking like,
yeah. Well, I told him that.
That's why I said that's
probably not gonna like it. So,
I mean, it's not the problem. I would rather pay $355 or something like that to get my bus fixed. You know, I'm not going to pay for them to tow it and it's still messed up.
Yeah, I agree.
So if I could pay that and pay Progressive $100 or some dollars and they fix it. Who else did y'all need to speak to?
So, but the main thing is getting the kids to a safe
Yeah.
spot. Like I said, if somebody comes through here, they're not paying attention, and hits back to the bus.
And I wasn't getting at it, trying to make them money.
Right.
I don't care what money he wants.
No, that was on his part because of how he did it when he came through and he bumped. You know, just came through and bumped it like that was rude.
If somebody wrecks on the interstate, their tow company will make $5-10 grand.
Yeah, he was just
it's
real
almost
rude.
Like it's almost like they take advantage of people, but it's something that people need. So that
we had been through this already before. We had basically went to Minnesota and came back home, ran out of gas on the way coming back home, and the state patrol got behind us, and you just had the whole thing, and then the thing started right back up.
Is the death fluid right by the gas? I'm assuming. I had a truck that was like that.
You know what? I didn't even see another. It's not even another thing for them.
We're gonna cut out of here.
Okay.
You're gonna stay with
I'll be here till they get done.
Right?
Yep.
It's on the line.
Yep.
All right, thanks, man. You guys do same. Okay?
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
I'll be good.
Okay, well,
Y'all
they're
know.
leaving now.
All right. Can I get everybody on the bus real quick?
Okay.
So I just want to talk to you about a couple things here. I'm trying to sort out. This is an odd situation. You would agree with that, right? Or no? Here's
I wouldn't agree with this situation.
Okay.
I'd agree with he should have paid attention to what the gas he put in there.
He's driving without a CDL.
Okay.
Okay. And we've got trash. Did you see all the trash that was thrown out of
Yeah,
the bus?
I had them pick it up.
Okay. All right. Did you know that we were en route here? And I get we're on camera. I'm
Yes.
good with that.
I have to have it going, don't I?
What?
If I'm dealing, I'm on the call, don't I have to have my camera on?
Oh, I'm good. No, I'm good with it. No, I just
no.
I noticed
I
you kept
came out
looking down at it.
No, I
didn't
came
know.
out here earlier today in the dressing when they first had pulled over.
Okay.
Okay,
When
so-
was that?
I would have to look at and see what kind, because I marked out for it.
But earlier than this, right?
Yeah.
Why would our dispatch not know that this is here and you're taking care of it?
I don't know. The dispatch that I call in on, I called in 931 dispatch and told them where I was and told them when I cleared.
But that's Hancock County.
Okay.
We're in Henry County.
I understand that.
Yeah. And so were you aware that I had 4 units coming up here?
I heard it on the radio, and since I had worked with them earlier in the day,
right?
I didn't think that there would be a problem to come and help you guys out. That would take away.
It's not a problem. But here's my question: why would you not? Obviously, we don't know this is here. We don't know what's going on.
Okay,
right?
and I tried to explain that to you when you got out of the car, and you just kept on walking on by. I mean, I understand you're the sheriff. Okay, I am not a rookie.
I'm not. Let me.
But you're when you got out of the car and walked past me, you walked past me like I didn't exist. I was trying to explain to you what's going on there. You just kept on going towards the bus, sir. Now look, I got 19 years of law enforcement. 11 of us is a federal officer. I'm not saying that I did anything perfectly, but you're just kind of discounting everything I'm saying, and you're talking to me like I'm some kid.
Hold up a second. I'm not at all.
Yeah, you are.
Be able to review the camera. Here's what I'm trying to ask. If you were out here earlier on this, let us know, because you know we're going to get calls on it. Let our dispatch know. You all are down here, and I've got a 1046 that is supposed to be right here. How about, if we're down here working this situation, and we've got several, there was another officer around here. I passed him on the way out. What about just go ahead and grab a 1046 that's sitting here at the same time? My issue is I get on the air and I call officers to come up here, and instead of getting on the air and saying, hey, I've already checked on that, that would be, so that's my frustration. I get here, you knew we're coming, so you hustle back down here to tell them to pick the trash up. That's what's interesting to me is how about
to pick that is interesting that I asked them to pick up the trash that they littered about.
Hear me out. You've been here previous to to all of this. You heard me call this out. That's why you came back down. That's what
you didn't hear me when I marked in, because I can hear you.
What dispatch are you in? I would think you would know without looking. What dispatch are you? Right. Where are we at?
I understand where we at.
Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, and so I have no problem that you would say, "Hey, next time you make sure you let our dispatch know." I don't need a lecture from you about it.
This is why I'm asking you. I'm not.
No, you weren't asking me. You're saying, why wouldn't you have told? Okay, I didn't tell the dispatch. Next time I'll make sure. Or I'll just let it sit here and just let you guys deal with it.
Well, I am just trying to figure out the previous involvement. You were out here earlier. That's great. Take care. I don't know that. And then you hear me. You hustle down here. You tell them to pick the.
What's with the hustle part? I didn't hustle. I just came through the call.
And tell them to pick the trash up, because I obviously said something about the trash. But you have not checked on who's driving, where they're going, where are all.
I knew where they're going. I told you when you got out of the car where they were going, but you too busy walking past me. I told you exactly where they came from, and I told you where they were going.
But just so you know, you told me where they came from one side. I have the adult that's been following with them who has the CDL who don't know where they're going.
I understand, but I told you where they were going. So my understanding and my downfall was I thought that you could hear my traffic when I marked on, since I could hear you.
Okay. So let me say this. You want to talk about, I didn't even bring up law enforcement experience. I don't care about it. Your 19 years law enforcement experience. You ought to know where we're at. We're in Henry County, not Hancock County. I asked you if you let our dispatch know, Henry County know. I asked you what channel you're on. You have to get your thing out to look at it.
No, I got out to show you.
I don't scan. I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
Scan.
That's fine.
So what I'm saying is, you're hearing my traffic. You know I'm sending 4 people out here. You've already been out here.
I didn't know you were sending 4 people.
I said send your units out here. Okay.
So that's 4.
Listen, I don't need smart elements.
And I don't need you talking to me like I'm a child, Sheriff. I'm trying to give you respect. I'm just asking for a return. We can just settle this real quick. I won't do anything down here to try to help out. I'll just let your deputies deal with it, and we won't have to ever worry about it again. But you're not going to talk to me and treat me like I'm nothing when I'm trying to help out those people.
Let me go back to my original point. You had been out here previously, okay? You knew they're out here, a traffic hazard. They're on the white line. There's 20 kids in this thing. You knew that, right? You heard me coming to a call right here. You have another officer right here. How about just saying, I'm down here on a call. Well, I can check that 1046. I've got another officer. I'm just saying that I get out here. You've already been out here. You hear me call officers up here by calling out a black bus with trash everywhere. You've already dealt with it. Just say, hey, I've got that. I'll go back down and talk to them. I know the situation. We let officers get all the way out here. I still don't know. You came out and said, get your trash picked up because the county's coming. I don't know. But
I said, get your trash picked up because it's littering.
Okay, so here's what I'm getting at. I would just be nice to know that you're here. You've been dealing with situations. That way I can tell everybody, including myself, I'm not on duty. I was coming from church. Our guys were, the reason I came out to the 1046 is they're all on the east side of the county.
I understand that.
Okay.
And so, like I just told you, I was under the impression that you could hear my transmission to the dispatch since I could hear you. And since that's not true, I will make sure that I will contact their dispatch.
Well, a lot of people don't scan.
How do I know that? I don't know that you guys don't scan. We do.
Let me say something really basic. And something really basic is we're in Henry County.
All right, I'll stay out of Henry County.
You're welcome, and I appreciate the help. I'm not cheating. I'm saying we're in Henry County. We're taking action in Henry County. Make sure Henry County knows.
I will do that.
Okay, that's all.
That's all you have to tell me. You don't need to go through the whole thing and start lecturing me and talk about. Fine, that's all you have to say. Make sure we know next time so that we don't waste our time out here. And I would have been like, copy that. It would have been the end of the conversation.
Okay, but I want Brian to hear our watch our camera.
I already called my AC.
Okay, all right. I want him to watch the entire video.
That's fine.
I simply am trying to make a very simple point that we've got a situation here that you've been working on that I would like to know so I don't have people come up here so I don't have to come up
okay. And again, I will make sure that your dispatch knows that. You make it seem like that I knew that I was supposed to.
But here's another thing. I would also like if we're going to deal with this situation, let's make sure that the driver has a CDL when he's hauling 20-some kids all over the United States. Let's make sure that all of these kids are here on permission from their parents. When you have multiple people giving conflicting stories, when the only person who has a CDL says, we're just coming back from Michigan, and the driver says, we're just coming back from Ohio. And then I said, no, I don't think Michigan's right. She said, okay, I'm sorry. We're just coming back from St. Louis. That's the only valid CDL driver who says, and I said, have you been with them the whole time? Yeah. She don't even know where she's at. So I'm just a little bit more investigative just to make sure everything is okay and everything is squared away. That's all I'm asking. And you've got a lot more law enforcement experience than I do. And I would think that we would take those steps, that you would have already taken those steps. You had already been out here, and I get out here and we've taken no steps other than pick the trash up because I think the county's on the way. You know, you maybe didn't say that to them, but
you're just going to just say, well, let's pick it up. That you're just going to imply that or just take that for granted.
No, I'm just saying that could be the case.
Okay, well, if you don't know it's the case, then why say it?
I'm not trying to get down to this. Okay, I don't need the attitude. When you're in Henry County working a scene, let Henry County know.
I will do that.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Everything, all you got to do whenever you make that's famous. That's famous.
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
Yeah. I put everything on YouTube on our channel. Everything. And we got a website too. So y'all should go check it out. Yeah. I'm trying to just keep this video.
That's it. It's bad when we live.
I had to. So the
you heard about
main
me?
reason
You heard
why
about
I
it? You don't hear the news that happened in Milwaukee?
Everyone's falling look at me.
We just had a 1-year-old shot 16 times, and all that baby was outside doing the city court.
Yeah. That's everywhere.
Yeah, I used to do it for fun, but then my mama used to be like, because I got so good, dance for this person, dance for this person, dance for this person. So I'm the only one dancing in the party, so I just love doing it. Then when I got my scholarship, when I went to Motorist, me and Trivia ended up getting a scholarship. I didn't go. And then that's when I was They done already did the Bugs, Showtime at the Apollo.
Twice.
And they just called us.
We won our first time in.
Yeah. That's on our YouTube channel too. I'll be having fun.
And we do this for free. We do this for
They
free.
do mayor events. They do, they did, well, y'all don't know about Running Around this, but that's an organization that helps, you to safe sound, heal the hood, all that. We do everything.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I just told her I coached school with baseball for 2 years. We had a kid that played for 2 years and witnesses 2 schools.
What's that?
The shooting we had a month ago now
Yeah.
with a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Coached him in baseball. The year he stopped playing, he was dropping every day.
And that's the same thing that happened to
12.
when they stopped.
A 15-year-old just got shot in front of my house. 15 years old, shot down dead for no reason. Because somebody wanted his shoes here.
Especially the older. I'm talking baseball is good. Oh, you in the hallway?
And that's another thing.
And
We get in the number side kids school when they acting crazy.
They be like,
Oh yeah, they beat up the teachers. Each other parents. The parents get mad at the teachers.
I'm like, all right.
When you gonna get your kids?
Not us. Like y'all, your student acting up again. You better go get them.
I'm on with my tail in class, and then get another one at home, and then my granddaddy give me another one.
And what make it so bad is before y'all even came, before you even came, I had looked up here and then I seen on Google it say the person you should call is your local police department. They specialize in helping tourists and something like that. I'm like, I don't want them to,
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, this is actually the regular visa, so I gotta go get another one. I didn't see a thing for them. I don't think this will take them.
On my truck, it was right next to the gas station.
Right, so look at this.
You get all that?
Regular. This is literally just our gas.
Nothing else even in there.
So I ain't thinking too. And then on the other side is the backup.
So maybe we just say diesel.
Right, that's what I was thinking. But they said that you're supposed to have definite or something. It's supposed to help with the.
So when I had my truck, about every 6,000 miles, I would add definite.
We go through this shit every day in Milwaukee. Every day in Milwaukee, we go through this shit. And then we.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There was the interaction between the Henry County Sheriff, John Sproles, and the Shirley Police Department Officer Roger Humphries. For the record, I do want to state that in the state of Indiana, there is only a certain number of instances in which a police officer, any kind of police officer, state trooper, sheriff's deputy, city police officer, town marshal, can make a traffic stop and pull over a vehicle or engage with traffic on the side of the road while not being in uniform and being out of a marked car. Meaning, in order to make a traffic stop in the state of Indiana, an officer must be in one of the following: a fully marked police car and full uniform, or fully uniformed and in an unmarked car, or in a fully marked police car but plain clothes with ID, badge, and gun. What cannot happen is, in the state of Indiana, an officer cannot make a traffic stop in which he is in plain clothes and an unmarked police car. Now, that primarily works for traffic stops. If an officer is performing a duty to the public and he's off duty and in unmarked car and plain clothes, and he sees a motorist broke down on the side of the road, and he pulled up behind that vehicle and walked up and said, "Is there anything I can do to help you? Have you contacted anybody? Do you need to use the phone? Can I radio in for help?" That probably would be more than fine. But when that assist motorist becomes an interrogation and an interview and a problem, now this assist motorist is more or less becoming a traffic stop. Now, he's more than likely okay because there were also uniformed officers out on the scene with him. But that's just one in a long line of other issues with this stop and with this sheriff in general. Again, this is all I have on this traffic stop, which or assist motorist rather. This is all I have on this situation. However, I believe that there are lots of other issues currently happening with Sheriff John Sproles of the Henry County, Indiana Sheriff's Department. And I've put up his name and email if anyone in the community or anyone else wants to kindly redress the government, ask questions. I ask you to be kind. I ask you to not be threatening. I ask you to be respectful and do what we are allowed to do through the First Amendment, but don't do anything more than that. If you're interested in checking out anything else currently going on with Sheriff Sproles, any of our other investigations and our other reports, any of our other videos, please check that out on our feed. That's Bilbrey Live, and it's our videos under the Bastards of Politics YouTube channel, which again, you see that link at the bottom. My live content comes out 5 nights a week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can watch me live, and I'm sure I will be talking about Sheriff Sproles and the Henry County Sheriff's Department into the future. I would love to see you on those live videos and talking with us in the live chat. But you're always welcome to go back and review any of our older videos as well. And there are a lot there that's going to let you get inside the mind of Sheriff Sproles and what we're currently dealing with down there. We also have a lot of content about the government in Muncie, Indiana state government as a whole, the federal government. So I am asking you to also check out our other content. Josh Kimbrell's Civic Duty, Brandon Rudd's Rudd's Room, Niles Thornburg's Guns of the Week, all of our shows and goings on as individuals on A Side of Bastards. And then, of course, our flagship show, The Bastards of Politics, which airs every Thursday at 8 p.m. I would ask you, if you got something from this video, to please give the video a like, hit the subscribe button if you're so interested, hit that bell so you can get up-to-date notifications when we're live, or drop other static videos. Please leave us a comment in the comment section if you're watching a static video, or in the live comment section if you catch any of our live videos. And above all else, please share the show with everyone you know. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. God bless, take care, and I will talk to you again real soon. Goodbye.